feelings towards anybody. He just wanted a different place, right? And so I wish him the best. I hope he gets everything he wants. Wish his family and his children the best. Love the guy, had fun. Practices were really fun. You know, we had a whole bunch of touchdowns in practice.
We talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Already I'm so lonesome I could die.
Get to tell my kids that someday, that I threw to him, and all those kind of things. But you know, we're moving on, and we have a good football team, and I'm really, really, really happy to be a part of this team because it's really, really close, and we're like a family.
Just as it is unfolding in front of the eyes of everybody else, the NFL will have to gather as much information as it can, as quickly as it can, and try to make a decision. Now,
we want information. Information. Information.
Who are you?
The new number 2.
Who is number 1?
You are number 6.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
Well, you can tell everyone I'm a down disgrace. Drag my name all over the place.
I wasn't in either one of those places, so I really can't comment on what did or didn't happen there.
Well, it's pretty well documented in both places that he was pretty disruptive. What makes you confident that he won't be that way here?
It's the same thing you said about Randy Moss when we brought him in.
I don't care what you say. We never played by the same rules. Anyway, I won't be there anymore. Get out of my way. Let me by. I got better things to do with my time. I don't care anymore.
tonight the NFL has not rendered any comment whatsoever on the Antonio Brown situation. When you speak to people around football, they have wondered whether the NFL and Commissioner Roger Goodell could go ahead and place Antonio Brown on the commissioner exempt list, which would give everybody time to sort out some of the details of this case, to figure out what did and didn't happen, and then to make a more educated decision with the benefit of time. Again, another person said the commissioner exempt list at this point in time, it's premature to say that, but I think there are other people who think that could come into play here. We'll see how it plays out this week, depending on what the league decides.
Waiting for something to show you the way.
We wish him the best, but you know, we gave it a shot, and now New England gets their turn. Good luck to them.
Then one day you find 10 years have gone behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun.
Oh, yes. That's a hell of an open there, Bill. That is great right there. You just got every angle of that Antonio Brown story. And, you know, it's funny because, what's it called? John Gruden kind of said, well, good luck, right? Good luck to you. Good luck to what's it called? Good luck to the Patriots. Well, the Patriots are already in a mess. The questions for Bill Belichick already, he's got a deal. And look, I'm not jumping to any kind of conclusions. We all know that in these kind of cases, claims, and it happens on both ends. But I think we should all learn from the Harvey Weinsteins of the world. And now, if Antonio Brown is innocent, then she needs to pay a significant price. But if she is lying, this is the part that for me personally is disturbing as a human being, because we already have plenty of people that are out assuming that she's a gold digger and she's just chasing money, and that's not right, man. Has been abused. You don't know. You cannot assume that. And so that part is very dangerous for any of you out there that are assuming it, because this really could have taken place. And that's going to make you look really, really bad, really insensitive in the process. And so I don't know what happened. All of this already becomes a cloud over the situation. And it also becomes a cloud. Since the Ray Rice thing, I mean, it's been going on for decades, but since the Ray Rice situation and with other guys that have been involved in domestic violence issues, it becomes even more and more touching, this situation. So that's why the NFL has to tread lightly here. The Patriots have to tread lightly here. They had a tight end that was killing people in his off time. And so these are the things that, as an organization, if you're the Patriots, as the NFL, you've got to watch out here, because if he is guilty, and he easily could be guilty, he easily could be innocent. I think we've all seen it, that doesn't matter what they look like. And I'm talking about pigs. And I'm talking about men that commit these kind of crimes. Okay? It's not just football players. It's powerful, rich TV executives. It doesn't matter. It's the blue collar man that is working for a paycheck to keep his family above ground every single week. It doesn't matter what economic standard you hold. It doesn't matter. Standard is, none of that matters. So anybody can be guilty of this. It's not an athlete thing. It's just a general pig thing that happens with certain men that feel that the only way they can communicate with certain women is by abusing them. Okay? And that's the part that to me is unacceptable. All right? And so I'm not gonna pass judgment right now and say, well, Antonio Brown should be suspended, or he should not play, or he's guilty, or he's innocent. I'm not going to go anywhere in there. But I will say this. If I'm the league, I might suspend him pending on the investigation. If I'm the Patriots, I think it behooves you to suspend him during the investigation, because if you're playing him and he ends up becoming guilty, man, you are going to look terrible. Now, if you investigate and he's innocent, then you put him on the field, you covered your ass. So that might be the most responsible thing that they actually could do. Just to, be careful. Just to protect yourself. I think that would be the smart thing to do. That's just me.
Need to stay politically correct.
Yeah, we can't hear you at all, dude.
Need to stay politically correct.
Nice. There you go. And stop pressing it. And so it's not really so much about politically correct, which you're 1,000% right, Bill. It's about doing the right thing. Okay? And really, that's the right thing to do, is say, you know what? We don't know if you're guilty. We don't know if you're innocent. we're going to assume that you're innocent, but to protect all parties involved, you, the Patriots, the NFL, and the victim, the alleged victim, we are going to put you on ice for now. We're gonna put you on the NFL non-report list or whatever the hell it is, commissioner's list or whatever you want to put, and all that, pending the investigation, because we want to make sure that everybody is covered here. That's the responsible thing to do.
Well, the reason I said politically correct is because morally they have never done anything right. So they need to find a new compass.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And
it's a great point.
Do what
Not that they ever
yeah,
not that they ever will find that compass,
may
probably,
not.
but
You know what the thing about this is not criminal. This is civil.
yeah, it's civil.
It's so there is a
But it could
different-
lead.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Well,
If there's an investigation that takes place, I mean, there are some nasty texts. I'm not going to start reading. I know I can actually read them word by word now because I'm not on the air, but I choose not to. I'm just, we're not going to be.
we're a little classier.
Yeah,
than
yeah.
that.
I'm not going to be throwing F-bombs here just because I can. Okay, once in a while maybe an S-bomb might come out. But I'm not. I'm not just gonna because the texts are nasty. The emails are nasty to her that he wrote, and if that really is him that wrote that stuff, that could be incriminating. That could be stuff that could be held against him there. And so I'm just saying, if I'm the NFL, I want to do what's smart. I want to do what's respectful for all parties involved. And if I'm the NFL, I have screwed up the women. And this is where I missed the boat. This is where I was wrong on all of this, okay? Because when he first got released, immediately everybody assumed Patriots, right? That was the automatic right there. People said, oh, he's going to the Patriots. And I said, no way, man, because he's such a knucklehead. I can't see Belichick dealing with him. Brought up a great point, and I didn't think about it, is that Belichick is probably picking him up to better his team, but on the flip side, keep him away from everybody else, especially Kansas City, who might be his top competition for the AFC title and the chance to actually, go to the Super Bowl. So that part made a lot of sense because think about it now. If he gets out of place, Belichick can just put him on a suspended list or whatever, just like he did with Josh Gordon, and they can just keep him suspended if he acts like an idiot and then keep him away from everybody else because just in case he gets cleared, it's not a hunt release by Kansas City picked up right away by the Browns, type of thing. And so maybe that's what's going on. And maybe to a certain degree, that's what it is, that Belichick said, hey, man, if he screws his head on right, we've got an unstoppable offense. If he doesn't, I suspend his ass and I keep him away from 30 other teams. Well, 29 other teams because three already have taken a chance on him.
When you said that yesterday, totally makes sense.
Totally makes sense.
And he's locked. He's yours. You headed everybody off at the pass.
Yeah.
Beat him to the punch.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. It's just one of those things, man. What are you gonna do, right? It's if you gotta handle this situation as a league and as a team, handle it the right way. That's all I'm saying. Just handle it the right way. Handle it the way it deserves to be handled.
I was just so looking forward to him not being in the news. It would be a nice change. And when I saw that last night,
This
it
is
was
just a
like,
start, man.
Wow.
This is just a start.
Just when you think the book is closing and we're going to get on with our lives, he's going to pop up.
This is just the start. NFL domestic violence is huge. Look at what happened with Richie Incognito and his wife, Jonathan Martin. En Cuba estoy no pasa. Oh, Bill in Simi Valley. All right. I got you. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, blast from the past when you were in AM radio regarding AB, pero Orlando en Cuba esto no pasa. I got you.
When you saw this, when you first saw this last night, what was your initial?
I was surprised, at first because it's a domestic violence type of thing. And then obviously everything starts going through your mind. Is it true? Is it not? Is he capable of it? Is he not capable of it? Is she telling the truth? Is she not? All of that stuff goes through your mind as human nature. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be the guy that's going to assume she's lying. Just not going to do that, man. It's not fair because there are plenty of women that have been abused several times, and this is not the first time. Because I saw it on Twitter. Well, if she got abused, why didn't she report it right away? Well, it's when somebody that has power does it, you're afraid that by bringing it out in the public, you're also going to go out in public too and be scrutinized and all that stuff. And so women are afraid to be, because it's not just an allegation. It then becomes a national thing and everybody starts commenting on it. And now all of a sudden, you're the criminal instead of being the victim. And that's what they're afraid of. See, some of you out there as men, you have to take a step back. You have to realize that when somebody is violated, okay, they are ashamed at that moment. They've been abused. They have been taken advantage of. And then you now want to step forward publicly and talk about that? Then it becomes a bigger embarrassment. Because if you could only tell the cops and then they took power and took advantage and took your alleged crime and charged that person and nobody ever found out, then many people would come forward. But the problem is kids that are violated, women that are violated, they then realize they've got to go public with all of this. So then they're already in a world of shame. And then you put them in a public world, and then they have to deal with their personal shame, their personal pain, and it has to be in public. And remember, it's not just public now, it's social media. So now, you getting violated. And everybody is then commenting on you getting violated. And then people are saying you deserved it. And then people are saying it's your fault. And then people are saying you're chasing money. Violated. I'm coming public with it and I'm going after this person. It takes another level of courage to then take that next step forward to then become public record of your shame.
Web, it's there
Forever. Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. So for those of you that may think, oh, I wonder why she came forward now. And it's a demon you live with. And then you have to then pick up the courage to come forward. There are kids that live forever. They were molested when they were young, and they go to their grave with it, and you never find out about it. And then there are kids that come forward 5, 10, 20 years later because they have picked up the courage finally to do it. Because they've been living with those demons all the time. Remember, these people that are violated, for them to have a sexual relationship, it becomes an even bigger challenge for them down the line because they don't know who to trust. And in that moment of violation, that makes them feel uncomfortable in the next sexual exploit that they have. Part of, they're still thinking about the violation in the middle of that act. So don't be so insensitive, some of you out there. on social media publicly that you shame somebody that comes forward because they were abused. We have millions of people that are walking around this country that have been abused, and they say nothing. And the abuser got away with it. And the abuser gets away with it and goes to his or her grave with that violation. Think about that. So I don't know if she's telling the truth or not. I don't know, but I'm not going to assume that she's lying either. That's wrong at every level to assume that she's lying. I'll let the justice take its course. Maybe the system finds her that she was telling the truth, or maybe it doesn't. But have a little sympathy, because people that have to live in this prison, because it is a prison, the second you're violated, you now live in a prison for the rest of your life that you have to deal with. It's not easy, folks. So have a little bit more of an open mind when we're talking about sexual abuse, because we have a lot of people out there that are victims, and we can't help them because they're living quietly in that hell, and they have to deal with it every day, and it's sad.
Understand the severity of the situation. Have a little compassion.
Yeah. At
Don't
least
be-
for the moment.
Yeah,
At
we
least
don't
for the
know.
moment,
Right.
give her the benefit of the doubt is what you should do. That's all I'm saying. Okay? That's all. And then let's just wait for the system to run its course, and then we'll find out who's telling the truth and who's not. And that will get exposed. One way or the other, it's going to get exposed. But when you read the story, and if those texts and those emails are true and that he really sent that's pretty bad. So let's wait for it to take its course. Again, you want to get in on the accidentfirm.com text line. It's 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program. We got a bunch of things to talk about. I see where the American Airlines has pulled out their naming rights for the American Airlines Arena after 20 years now. Apparently, Miami-Dade is now negotiating with a new sponsor, so it will no longer be known as the AAA Arena here in Miami. I wonder what it's going to be from here on out. I wonder if it's because of the mediocre basketball that's been played the last couple of years and they want it out. I wonder.
Yeah, but they host the Latin
Grammys?
The Grammys. I mean,
The Ringling Brothers concerts?
Well, I'm talking about international. International. It is.
No, it's
it
great.
has that cachet.
No, it does. It does. But I'm wondering about that. That's all. And they're kind of stuck in purgatory. I know they got Jimmy Butler, but it didn't really improve that much. They're going to be a 7 or 8 seed. It'll be a little bit more enjoyable to watch this
So
year.
you're totally blaming this on the Heat. The fact that the AAA is not going to be the AAA anymore.
Okay, what's the least sexiest thing that happens in that arena now?
Probably we play basketball.
Right. The Heat. The Heat is the least sexiest thing that happens in that place. All the concerts are way better. Latin Grammys. Everything's much more relevant.
Does Cirque du Soleil make an appearance there, or do they still set up that tent?
No, they still set up the tent.
Okay.
At least, because it used to be one big top next to another. Now, I don't think there's a big top anymore for the Miami Dolphins. I love where they're headed. They're headed in the right direction. It's a beautiful thing. Did you catch Armando Salguero's Miami? And Salguero was talking about how Stephen Ross liked Lamar Jackson. And I got to tell you something. That article, it's interesting. It's good drama. But, I got to say something. And I love Armando. But the article means nothing whatsoever. Do you know why? First of all, Lamar Jackson never fit what Adam Gase was doing. Adam Gase wasn't interested in Lamar Jackson. So Chris Grier was going to pick what Adam Gase wanted to pick at that time. If there was a quarterback at number 11 that he thought was worthy of being taken, he would have taken that quarterback at number 11. And if you read Manish Mehta's article, which we kind of knew some of it already, that he wasn't a big Darnold guy, that he was more of a, damn it, now I'm forgetting the kid's name now, that he liked Baker Mayfield more, actually. So that, and it's interesting that he's coaching Sam Darnold now, and apparently Josh Allen. So Chris Grier never got to a point of telling the owner, we're not drafting Lamar Jackson. So it really doesn't matter what the owner liked or didn't like, and it doesn't matter what Chris Grier liked or didn't like at that time, because none of us really, really know. But I can tell you for a fact, Adam Gase had no interest in Lamar Jackson. None. So what does it mean then? So why spin it on Chris Grier? So, in the end, doesn't matter. Gase didn't like the guy, so you were never going to draft him. And here's the other thing that, to me, I find ridiculous about everything that's gone on. For Christ's sake, he played a terrible expansion team. You realize that, right? Okay, the Dolphins are one of the worst expansion teams in the history of the NFL. They're not an expansion team, but basically they are an expansion team.
For all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would be in
They're
the minor.
worse.
We would be in the minor leagues.
They're worse than expansion teams because expansion teams pick decent older guys that are like they're NFL guys. They're good backups, maybe mediocre starters, but they're guys that are actually decent football players, and then they make that up a major portion of the roster, and they're hustlers throughout the year. And okay, yeah, they're going to lose a whole bunch of games, but they're really competitive overall. This team will not be competitive.
The days of expansion teams being like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't exist.
No. So Lamar Jackson, when he's passing like this against, then you can talk to me and tell me that he's made progress. And yes, he looked terrific on Sunday, but he played a really, really bad football team. Not only are they a bad football team, they're really young, they're inexperienced, and they have two new systems in place that none of the players know, down pat, that they know exactly where they're supposed to be and they're not going to make any mistakes. That doesn't exist right now for the Dolphins. So not only are you playing a young team with limited talent, but they also don't know the systems they're playing in yet. So they're not even close to being comfortable.
We got a lot of people playing out of position.
Oh, yeah, man. Tons. So to me, that article, it's great drama. It's fun drama. It's a nice way of spinning it and getting people to read it and all that good stuff. But I have to disagree with Armando on that one. The article doesn't make any sense. Because if Gase doesn't want the guy, how does it matter? How does it matter? Why lay it on Chris Grier? That's all.
Here.
And by the way, I doubt very much that Stephen Ross was saying draft him now at 11. Doubt it very much. And I doubt he was saying trade down and,
Yeah, no, you got to get this guy now. Please.
The
Give me a
numbers
break.
don't lie. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
13 of 19, 150. 14 of 25, 178. 12 of 21, 125. 13 of 24, 147. 14 of 23, 131. Oh, look. 12 of 22. He hit 204 yards. And then 14 of 24 for 179.
Yeah.
You tell me what one stands out.
No. When
Zero.
When he's passing like this against real defenses, then I'll tell you that Lamar Jackson, okay, he turned the corner. He's proven me wrong, by the way. Let's also put that down, okay? I'm on record, great kid. I'm rooting for him personally because he's a local kid. I never ever imagine him to become a great passer. Just like Josh Allen. When you're inaccurate, you will always be inaccurate. And I think he will be an inaccurate. But they will have their moments because they're great athletes, just like Ryan Tannehill, just like Michael Vick. They all would have some moments because they're great athletes. Josh Allen is a hell of an athlete. You watch that kid run, he's got a hell of an arm. So he's going to have some moments where he's going to look pretty good because he's a hell of an athlete. But will Josh Allen, in my eyes, ever become a great passer? No. Will Lamar Jackson ever become, in my eyes, a great passer? No. Just like Michael Vick and just like Ryan Tannehill. Two guys that were athletes with the ball in their hands, but they were never, ever, ever great passers. But they'll have their moments because they're great athletes. That's the key right there. So spin it however you want, but my Lord, the overreaction all over nationally and locally on Lamar Jackson, give me a break. Did you see what he was facing? He was facing something that's slightly better than college defense. Okay? Slightly better. They would spank a college team, but I'm not going to get into that stupid.
They're pros. They're pros.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into that stupid argument that Alabama would give Miami. Miami would spank Alabama and send them home. They break Clemson in half and send them home. Okay, any pro team would just crush a college team in half. So I'm not going to get stupid like that because that's just ridiculous to say something like that. But I will have fun at their expense because, hey, man. Trust me, after the last 20 years, I had enough fun with the Dolphins and slamming them and joking around with them, and Dolphin fans would get pissed off at me because of that. I think a lot of Dolphin fans now are like, wow, this guy's like all in now. Well, that's because I think football-wise they're actually doing the right thing, finally. And that's why I love what they're doing. And I think in 3-4 years, we're all going to be laughing about this. We're all going to be going, wow, man, remember when we were pulling our hairs in the first 2 years with this crap? That they were losing a ton of games, and now they're a playoff team, and now they're really good, and they're loaded. That's what I believe is coming. I truly believe that is coming.
The way we have drafted the last 3 years.
Amen.
It's what we've been successful. You pointed out 3 of our last 4 first-round picks.
Yeah.
When have we had a run of hitting on 3 out of 4 number ones?
Oh.
Never, right?
No, yeah, no.
Never.
No, I don't remember that at all.
So we have gotten better there. And the fact that we have so many, we've unloaded money. We're doing everything you're supposed to come out and be successful.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
And the people, I like you say, I don't understand the people that want us to, it's like staying stuck on stupid. You want to stay covering the same ground and not being a playoff team and not having a top 10 pick.
Right.
No man's land.
Right. No, I'm with you. No doubt.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, we'll see how
you know what? On top of it, how long we've done it. We've done it for 2 decades.
Yeah, no.
Come on.
No, the people that just want to go back to what they were and, oh, no, he should have kept a couple of players. Kind of dumb crap is that? Keep a couple players for what? To win 4 or 5 games so you have 4 or 5 better games to cover and write about? So you can write about 4 or 5 wins? So it's easier for you than writing about loss? 20 years they kept trying to put the Band-Aid and trying to find this or that, and then you got to work out bad contracts. You can work in new ones. This way is the fastest way to get better because they're cleaning the entire slate in one fell swoop. In one year, they got rid of all the bad contracts. There's only a move on, and they'll have all their cap space. They're going to have all their picks. They're going to have high picks now. And if you make the right picks, do you realize that if you make the right picks with all these high picks, do you know how quickly you turn around as a franchise? And you don't just turn around to like win 5 games or 7 games again. You make the right picks. This is a 10-plus win team. You get your franchise quarterback. And guess what? We get back to being respectable as Dolphin fans. How freaking awesome is that?
Here's a simple example. 2 draft picks for the Colts straightened out their offensive line.
Right.
In 1 year.
Right. Of course, because that'll happen.
Look at the linebackers that Dallas has now.
Right.
The last few drafts.
Right.
The fast track.
And the what's his name now?
Van Der
Esch.
The vampire.
Yeah.
He has the
Van Der Esch, yes, definitely. AccidentLawFirm.com text line 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. We'll be at Hialeah Park on Friday. Tomorrow, we got a very interesting place that we're going to be at. We're going to have a lot of fun. You can't visit us. Well, actually, you can. Yeah, you can, actually. You should, actually. Let's see if I get the news. I just want to make sure. I think you can. Yeah, I think you guys will be able to even hang out with us if we're there tomorrow. So let me get the confirmation on that to make sure that they're going to put me out somewhere where people can hang out. And by the way, if your business wants to be a part and you want to bring our broadcast to your business, again, 786-322-1105 on the Accident Law Firm text line. You can send it to me on email at orlando@thebigoshow.com. You can also check it out there and send me an email at orlando@thebigoshow.com. And we thank all of the people that are stepping up in a big-time way. We are growing by the day, and I am so pumped up. It's amazing. One guy says, that's irresponsible writing. That pisses me off. Not accurate. Well, it's just, listen, it's a point of view, whatever. I'm fine, but I just makes no sense because the head coach didn't like the guy. So it didn't matter. You're not drafting. If the guy is the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and the AKA quarterback guru, and if he doesn't like Lamar Jackson, it doesn't matter what the owner or what Chris Grier think. They weren't going to draft him because at that moment, he had that power to tell Chris Grier, no, I don't want that guy. That's why Chris Grier went with Minkah Fitzpatrick. And last time I checked, Minkah Fitzpatrick is a hell of a pick. So I'm supposed to pick on Chris Grier. Barely hear you. I don't know about that. There you go. Is that better? Tell me out there on if you're watching on YouTube, send us the text on YouTube if you can, because we have a chat board there on YouTube for the people that are watching. You can go to our YouTube channel, by the way.
We're pushing them bars hard, though.
Okay. Well, hey, well then, that's what we need to do. Then do it, bro.
Yeah,
Crank it.
Don't pop.
There it goes. It popped. When I went loud there, it popped. But there you go. See, I won't go too loud so we don't pop, but hopefully you can hear me. Send me a text there on YouTube or on the accidentlawfirm.com text line at 786-322-1105. Tell me if my sound is better and you're hearing me a little better there overall. Anyway, so we've got that going on with the Dolphins, and we'll get into more Dolphins talk here on the program. Let's see, what else do we have going on the show? Because we're close to wrapping up the first hour here of the show. And speaking of Adam Gase, since we were talking about Lamar Jackson, and Gase wasn't a Lamar Jackson guy anyway. Gase wasn't a fan of his own quarterback either. That's the funny part. The guy he's coaching now, which, by the way, called in sick today, is not in today because he's sick. But apparently, he wasn't a fan of the guy he's coaching now. He wanted Baker Mayfield, and then he also fell in love with Josh Allen and all of that. So it's funny that the guy he's coaching now is not the guy that he really wanted. Now, supposedly Sam Darnold has grown on him. But, I mean, he's already in a crap storm in New York. He continues his whole MO of blaming everybody except himself.
New York is already turning on him.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at it, it was amazing, the ratio of pro to con.
Well,
so many.
Well, hopefully we'll have phones by the end of this week. And next week I intend on having Manish Mehta on the program. And Manish has been covering the Jets for 20 years for the New York Daily News, and a friend of mine at the same time. And I cannot wait to bring him on the show and say, so, Manish, told you about Adam Gase. Tell me what you think. Because he is pointing out all these things that Gase is not doing right. And yesterday I had some fun, okay, because they go and they trade for Demaryius Thomas. I love Demaryius Thomas as a wide receiver. Coming out of Georgia Tech, he was one of those guys I liked. He had ankle injuries, and he had a couple injuries early in his career and then kind of straightened it out and then took off and was a monster, right?
That one season with Peyton Manning,
yeah,
they were the best.
But for several seasons, he was a dominant receiver. But he has broken down over and over and over again over the last few years. He can't stay healthy. And so and again, Gase coached them, right? So Gase always goes back to whatever he's coached. That's all he does, right? And so he trades a 6th-rounder to New England. Has traded with every team in the NFL except the Jets up until yesterday. And so he's so loaded at wide receiver. Well, kind of now that with Antonio Brown, I don't know. But anyway, so he trades Demaryius Thomas because he's smart. He knows Demaryius Thomas is a sack of injuries. It was just an insurance policy for them. So he trades him for a 6th-rounder to the Jets. And I tweet out, so the Jets have 2 injury-prone wide receivers. So what does Adam Gase do? He trades for another injury-prone wide receiver in Demaryius Thomas. Did you see what broke this morning on Jets News?
What's that?
Quincy Enunwa, one of the 2 injury-prone wide receivers, has been now placed on the IR with a neck injury. He is done for the year. So they already knew there was an injury coming. So they traded for Demaryius Thomas. I didn't know anything about the injury, but I could tell you ahead of time, hey, Robbie Anderson and Enunwa never stay healthy anyway. If Robbie Anderson isn't getting arrested, he's getting injured. And Enunwa has got a lot of talent. Let me tell you, he's a physically gifted guy, but he never stays healthy. And there's another, there it is. So I kind of read through the trees before it even happened already at that point. And trust me, Demaryius Thomas will not make it through 15 games. No way. No way he makes it through 15 games. And Robbie Anderson probably won't make it through 15. Hell, Jamison Crowder, who I like, who's a solid football player, they got him from Washington. One of Washington's better receivers because he's competent. He's coming off an injury from last year too. Not that he's injury prone, but he had a little bit of an injury last year. So it's really interesting. But then again, it's Adam Gase.
Well, it sounds like as bad as we're going to be, like I will say this on Sunday, when you saw the score at the bottom, and looking, and then it was 17-16, it was like, yes, there is a little bit of hope, a little bit of happiness.
All right, so Jay now says, I have the YouTube volume on full and laptop volume on 60% now. Okay, so then if he's at 60, he's fine then, right? I would imagine. So if you're not at 100, you're good right now. And they're complimenting. Mark is complimenting the banner. Thank you. Appreciate that. Love it.
Yeah.
And you know what? You got to love
300 Bs.
Wow. Where am I? Let me see. This way, right? How about the Dolphin one next to my banner there, huh? That one's nice because it's the old Dolphin logo, baby. Love it. Love it. Big O, you have your insiders and are connected. How safe is Chris Greer with Stephen Ross? Is it true? Gene Humstead, dude, I just talked about that. Listen to the podcast. We're late into the first hour. You're gonna Bill will be posting the first hour very soon, and you can tune in. That's in radio. You would repeat yourself. I don't have to here because you got a podcast. You can go listen to it on demand, and you can hear the skinny on all of that, which I just gave you guys on it. So tune in. We gave you our reaction on Antonio Brown and that mess, and we talked a little bit about Salguero's article and what I disagree completely about, and why I also tell you why that article in my makes no sense, because it really is not. It's not on target for certain things.
Is there going to be a lot of these stories?
Yes, because
season
they have nothing to report on, dude. Yeah, that's the thing.
So it's like throwing a noodle at the wall to see if it sticks.
Yeah,
Just go for it.
because it's smart on their part, because that's what's going to get you more readers. If
there's no sizzle.
Right, there's nothing. So there's more sizzle if there's a revolt if they trade Laramie Tunsil when there is no revolt. There's more sizzle that, players want off the team. And so far, what's going on? Where are they? I'm sorry. I'm seeing, where are the pickets? Where are they picketing? Where are the guys talking about it? Saying that I want out. Where are they? I'm not sure. Where are all? So there's more spice to write that stuff than say, Preston Williams, had a tough night and break it all down, how he made a mistake in the end zone. Couldn't pick up the hot read, but he made a great catch in the back of the end zone where he had the awareness to keep his feet in. What the young man is now working on, this and that. That would be a boring article. It would be interesting for a hard. This guy is outperforming this other draft pick, and this puts the well, they're going to try to create cap space, and that this player is talking to that player, and Miami with these kind of moves can get that player. But if they move Bam Adebayo and Justice Winslow to that team for this, are you mad that they're going to move the young pieces? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to then, it's the Heat season was just like that for Ira, for all those guys. They have to try to talk about all that other stuff because the game itself is boring.
Look,
the team is boring. They have no future.
Yes,
their present sucks. So it's one of those things that the Heat fan already knows that. So let's write drama because that's what will get clicks. That's what's going to get the listener to read. They don't want to read boring stuff. So the writers are right on target doing what they're doing because.
Okay, but here, you having gone to the East-West, the senior, the NFL combines every year, all the people you know, agents, you name it, whatever. If there was all these players that wanted off, would there not be a bunch of agents slipping stories to reporters as specific?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Do we have any of that?
No. That's why there wasn't going to be a revolt. I had Beasley on my Sirius show after that story, and I go, dude, where I disagree, and Beasley's story was on target. I'm not saying Beasley was wrong. Beasley was just writing what some players might have told him. Oh, man, we're not going to be happy if that happens. Well, Dolphins players are, that's players talking crap. They got nothing. They got no leverage. Remember, this is the league that said to a quarterback, no, you'll
start for
remember,
eight teams.
Yeah. Because they have all the leverage.
So if that's the case, why do you end up with a guy like AB?
Oh, because that's
or
a cancer.
Or Terrell Owens.
Because that's a cancer. That you're unloading a cancer. That's different. But if you're just gonna, well, I'm not happy with this. Well, I don't care, dude. Go do your job and get the hell out of my face. That's it. Because there's no AB on the team. If Minka's unhappy because he's playing strong safety, he's never going to act like AB because that's not in his DNA. So you don't have to worry about that. So Minka will have to be the good soldier. And look, I agree with Minka to a certain extent. I already told you about this yesterday. You can listen to the podcast yesterday on Flores. Flores, for me, is on double secret probation for the next couple of years. I don't know if he's the guy. I have total confidence in Chris Greer. I have none in Brian Flores. He has to earn my trust. And playing Minka at strong safety, you're not. Minka's better at free safety or any other position at corner. Strong safety is the last place I would play him. But like I said yesterday, that may be the only guy they trust in coverage, and that's why they're putting him there. But you're also putting him at risk. And that's the part that I don't like. All right, time to wrap it up. Hour number 1 of the podcast is done from Sports Grill out here in Bird Road. Carlos and Frankie, as always, taking care of us. We love those guys. We love all the people out here at Sports Grill. They make it nice and easy. I had some boneless grilled wings now. Although I really would like to have the regular wings, but I can't be the fingers and all that stuff. So, but the boneless they were so good, man.
They are awesome.
They were so good.
They really are.
They really are. All right, so let's take a break and let's get ready for the second half. We got some sound for you want to hear, and when we come back in the second half, I got a bunch of things that I want to talk about. I want to talk about an NFL player doing something I've never seen publicly after he leaves a team. I think it was amazing stuff. The Raiders have got a whole bunch of news, and some of it is not good. The Jets, they've got a lot of bad news. Wait till we talk about that. The Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott and Jerry Jones, got some stuff on that I want to get to. Also, the Miami Dolphins. I still have some stuff I want to air about the Miami Dolphins. Odell Beckham, too. I mean, we got a bunch of things that we're going to get to when we start the second half of the podcast broadcast from Sports Grill right here in Miami.
This is the Big O Show.
I'm telling everything. I'm telling everything. I told y'all my opening press conference, I'm loyal to who I'm with. So, I already know what they gonna, try and do to me. But I know how everybody blocks. So, I know what everybody over here does with it. So, I'm kind of helping put together matchup problems.
What are they going to try to do to you?
Just watch the game. Watch the game.
Never set up. I said you talk too much. Oh boy, you never.
I don't think Sunday gave answers. I think Sunday just showed, frankly, where he is. And the good news is he's going to improve a lot from here. If Dak had gone out there and had a bad day, that doesn't impact things. You can't operate that way. Nothing happens. Decide that what they're seeing, it's time to go. Nothing, ever. We are fast approaching an agreement, then that's relative maybe to where we've been. On the other hand, that might be my opinion. It sure might not be Dak's opinion.
150-year anniversary of college football. ESPN ranked the 150 best teams of all time. 1971 Nebraska, that squad took the top spot. Who do you have, Herbie, as the greatest college football team ever in your mind?
I would put it between number 4, number 7, and number 10. And I would probably pull the trigger on number 7, Miami 01. A lot of great players on that team. Great leadership by Ken Dorsey and Ed Reed. Athletes like Andre Johnson. They just walked into that national championship and blew out Nebraska. Think of that backfield. They had Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore in that backfield alone. So Jeremy Shockey, they were loaded with NFL players and NFL talent. And at that point, they were incredibly motivated. Miami 01 team was still out to prove a point. So that was a dangerous team.
Yeah, a total of 38 players from that roster in 2001 drafted by the NFL, including 17 first-round picks.
We need to get back into familiar surroundings, get in our stadium, get around our fans, and get ourselves going. And I think the season, the way that our schedule breaks, that we have that exact opportunity to do that. Like I mentioned, I think this team's goals are all still ahead of it. And to get around our fans, we have probably put, especially when you look at the youth we have on offense, if you look at the way that our schedule breaks down, we have probably gone into the 2 most difficult environments we will play in all year. And the way that those guys have performed and the improvement on our freshmen that played from week 1 to week 2 was really extraordinary. And now it would be nice to get back home where we're not the ones facing the adversity all the times and to put out a performance that gets everybody excited about Hurricanes football.
This is the Big O Show.
Yes, it is. Second half of the podcast broadcast. Coming to you live, baby, from Sports Grill here in Bird Road. Bird and 114th, right off the Turnpike, right in the Publix Shopping Center, right? I'm correct, right? Isn't that Publix right next door, I think?
Right next door.
That's
right.
right.
Next door.
So come on by, come on out here, support Carlos and Frankie. They are a great podcast like so many others, and we are blessed to have your support. We're blessed to have the response on the downloads has been just absolutely flooring, okay? We can't say enough about what's been going on every single day. It's been jaw-dropping. Seriously, every day we get this, and it's like, wow, this is amazing by all of you. Big O, Adam Gase is a glorified offensive coordinator that is not good, and is not even good at that. A joke without Manning. You are correct. Can't argue with that. Oh, the only people that want out are the beat writers, because now they will have to actually work creatively to come up with articles rather than TMZ it lazy style. One of them yesterday was complaining on how the coordinators weren't divulging enough info. Come on, man. Well, get ready. Remember, you got coaches that come from the Patriot way. They're not going. This is what they're going to do. This is kind of what they've learned. So get used to it. That's the way it is. Look, man, to me, I'm not worried about any of this. If you notice, it's in doom and gloom about all this. I love what's going on because I know that 3-4 years from now, our Dolphins are going to be in a much better place. Like next year's draft, for me, it's going to be like Christmas. You know how active they're going to be in that draft? I can't wait. We got to have, I don't know where we're going to hold our draft party, but we are going to have the most kick. And I want all of you guys, because you know, draft-wise,
any of the stations going to compete with me? Please, give me a break. I forgot more about the draft than all of them combined. So, please. I mean, so we're going to do that, and we're going to kick some ass here. And that's going to be fun next year. They're going to have 13 picks. They're going to be involved in all kinds of trades. They're going to be making all kinds of moves. The Dolphins are going to be one of the players in the draft now, not free agency. Remember the stupidity the last 20 years. Hey, let's go sign it down McConnell. And let's free agents. Let's win the offseason. No, that's not how you do it. Okay. Because that's when we see the good teams trading up, trading down, getting multiple picks, and we're sitting there going, well, what the hell is this? We're trading our second rounder for Culpepper and A.J. Feely, and what the hell is going on here? That's done. That's done. So everybody else, that's what they want. It's convenient for everybody else. It's convenient for Mike Greenberg or whatever the hell his name is on ESPN. It's convenient for local TV people, national TV people. No, you should have kept a couple of players. Why? Because it'd be slightly more entertaining for you? No, dude. No. No, we're not here to get entertained. We're here to win. And I want to see the Dolphins. I don't know about you, but I want to see the Dolphins win. I want to see the Dolphins in a Super Bowl. I don't need 6 like the Patriots have. Okay, I don't. I don't need 6. 5 or 6 titles. I just need 1. That's all. Just give me 1 before I check out. That's all I want, man. I'm 52. I'm going to be 53 October 1st. Okay? I've been cheering for this team since I was a baby. I was too young to enjoy the championships. I was 7 and 8 years old to those Super Bowls. Come on, man. You know, it's like I remember.
But you can remember after we won, everybody going out to the car.
I remember that. I remember high-fiving my, not high-fiving, 5. It was 5 in those.
Yeah,
there was no high five. Yeah, there's no high five. There's no fist pump. None of that in the early 70s. It was just, give me 5. That's what it was. Give me 5. You score a touchdown, give me 5. I remember that. I mean, I remember clearly. I remember wearing my little Dolphin shirts. I remember going to 7-Eleven and getting the Slurpees of Norm Boulash and Bob Greasy and Zonka and all that. I remember all of that. But really, did I enjoy the season like I would if I was 12 or 15 or 25 or 52? No, of course not. It's not the same. Watched it, but yeah, you don't really appreciate it as a 7 or 8 year. And let me tell you, a 7 or 8 year old in the 70s compared to a 7 or 8 year old in the 2019s, you're actually way ahead of me. An 8 year old nowadays is so much, ahead of what I was.
We went out and played.
Right, Tonka trucks.
And could run the neighborhood.
Right.
You go to your friend's house.
Yeah, we were playing wiffle ball, and we were playing, football, and we were playing cops and robbers or cowboys and Indians or whatever the hell you played when you were kids.
SWAT. Like the older kids against SWAT, the younger kids.
Whatever. You know what I mean? It's a whole different ballgame.
And actually make hash marks on the street.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But now at 8 years old, I would know all the players by now because I would be playing those video games and all that stuff. I mean, 8-year-olds nowadays are way more advanced than I was. But it is what it is. But that's all I want. I just want 1. That's all I'm asking for, man. I just want to go to 1 stadium, 1 time, and watch the Aqua and Orange win it. That's all. That's all I'm asking, man.
I have to say.
I don't need you to win it 2-3 times. I don't need you to give me 5 championships in 10 years. It would be really nice. That would be really nice. But I just want 1, man. That's all. Just
you going down memory lane here. I'm thinking back to 84. And we got young Marino, and it's we're gonna be. You know what? We're gonna be there again. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna make up for it.
San Francisco was just way better, dude. Way better.
Oh,
way better. Way better. So what are you gonna do? But just 1, Dolphins. That's all. I just want one. I want to go to a stadium. I want to hang out with a whole bunch of Dolphin fans outside the stadium, tailgate for a couple of hours. I will not get inebriated because I will enjoy and just savor every single moment of it. Then I want to go into that stadium, not as a media member.
I was just going to say,
no,
if we
never.
get to the Super Bowl,
Never.
you're not doing it.
No, I'm not doing media stuff. No, I'm doing the fan. I'm going to be a fan. I want to enjoy. I want to live the moment. I just want it one time, folks. One time. That's all I'm asking. Football gods, just one time. That's it. That's all I want. And I'll die a happy man. I'll die with a big old smile on my face. I've enjoyed Heat championships. I've enjoyed Marlins championships. I've been doused with champagne inside those locker rooms. Okay? All right? And I could actually go covered as a media member and go into the locker room and get filled with champagne again. I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do that. I want to be with the fans. I want to enjoy the championship. You know what I mean? I want to be high-fiving with my friends, hugging my wife, if she's there, if she wants to go or not, whatever. Whatever it is. I don't care. I just want to go have that moment. One time. That's all. Somebody's asking me here to do the draft live in Vegas. Ooh. Yeah, but I don't mind doing it in Vegas, but if I can get 50 of you guys to come with me, if we do something like that, I'll do it. But if I'm going to go alone now, I'd rather come to a bar like right here, the Sports Grill, loaded up with people and loaded up with a whole bunch of Dolphin fans, and we're talking the entire draft, and we're covering the draft, and we're filling you in on all the picks and trying to get any news we can. We can do that. That I would like instead.
This draft for us is going to be
heaven.
So awesome.
Heaven. The best.
We're loaded.
The best. It's going to be so fantastic.
Wheeling and dealing, getting even more picks.
Yes. It's going to be awesome to just follow what's going on. That's why I'm not going to let people bog me down. I'm not going to let people bring the negative on me about what's going on, because I'm going to see through it all and see the big picture. And man, I've suffered for 20 years with the stupidity that they've done. Now they're actually doing something that makes sense? Hell no, dude. I'm going to enjoy this. I know the football part of it this year and next year is not going to be very good, and it's not going to be something that I'm going to be proud of at times. But I know in the end, as they keep adding young players, that's what's going to get better. All right, 786-322-1105 for the accidentlawfirm.com if you want to get in. By the way, the other thing I do want to remind you, for those of you that are looking for CBD oils, okay, and they also have for vaping too, all of that. If you want the highest quality, all right, the strongest, the best CBD oil on the market, you got to go see my friends. Go see Ryan Shantz and the great people at cbccoconutcreek.com. That's the website. You can order right from your seat. A lot of you listen to me all throughout the country, all throughout the world. Hey, man, order cbdcoconutcreek.com. All right? And you can call Ryan if you want at 954-366-6574. He gave me a CBD oil that I'm using for my bags. And if you've noticed now, look at my bags, how much lighter they are. This is not makeup or anything. This is the real deal. They were dark, always. Look at them now. They're like light pink now. They're almost getting to the color of my face. So if any of you out there are suffering from the Benicio del Toro disease like I have for so many years, and you want to get rid of those bags in a natural way, okay, that CBD oil, tell Ryan, hey, that CBD oil that O's taking, what is it? Because it's a little roll-on. It's really cool, by the way. And let me tell you something. Again, 1311 Lions Road in the Lions Plaza in the public shopping center, just like where we're at right now, too. All right, so American Shaman is the products. They are a national company, so this is not a mom-and-pop thing. This is quality from the beginning, folks. And they have all kinds of products for anxiety, for depression, you name it, man, okay? If you got a lot of stress, they've got a CBD oil that you can take. You put it under your tongue, and it kind of relaxes you. I've been taking that CBD oil to kind of sleep at night, and I've been sleeping heavier. They've got this other one that I can put some drops in a water bottle, and I drink one in the morning. I drink one in the evening, and it makes me sleep heavier. So I'm sleeping a little heavier now, too, which is great. I'm getting up less to go to the bathroom, so us older guys with prostate issues. Anyway, call them. CBDCoconutCreek.com, 1311 Lions Road in the Lions Plaza. Go see my guy Ryan Shantz. And again, 954-366-6574. That's 954-366-6574 for CBDCoconutCreek.com. And please support our sponsors because they're allowing all of this to make it happen, which is not an easy thing. But this has been a fun thing. I got to tell you, it's been a lot of fun. It's been great communicating with you guys, whether it's on our text line, whether it's by Twitter, mails, whatever it is. But one of the things that I'm getting overwhelming is that you're loving all of this. You're loving the podcast style. You're loving the on-demand. That's the other thing that I've gotten it from some of my friends because they're kind of lazy and all that, and they didn't hear me live or whatever, and so now they're kind of in tune with the podcast, and they're subscribed, and you can go to SoundCloud and iTunes and all that, and when we put up a new podcast, okay, like I know Bill is putting up the first hour already. It's up already? Huh?
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but
we're dragging down the Wi-Fi.
I know, but that doesn't affect the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi has nothing to do with that. Oh, for uploading. Ah, I see. So, but you're in the process of loading the first.
I'm here watching the bar try to run across the page, okay?
Yeah, we're sorry today about the video. I'll talk to Carlos and Frankie so we can get a little stronger signal and get it going and do that. That does sometimes affect it. But, hey, that's why we have the podcast as a backup. So we have the audio always that you can catch up with that.
Honestly, when we show up with all the stuff we have, we help bog it down immensely.
Yes, exactly. No, yeah, it's one of those deals. But I got to tell you,
we're the equivalent of 20.
Yeah, and again, I can't say enough about what's gone on and how much you guys have been so supportive of everything that we're doing here on the podcast, and we're really appreciative of all of that. All right, here's the other thing I want to talk about, and Bill played it in the open a little bit. Gerald McCoy, see if you can pull up that soundbite, Bill, because that one is interesting. As you guys know, Gerald McCoy was released by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and this week the Tampa Bay Bucs are playing the Carolina Panthers. Well, guess who picked up Gerald McCoy? The Carolina Panthers. So, when you hear about, and we've always used to hear this about, like, the Patriots, they would pick up a guy that Miami released a week or two or a month ago, and they'd pick him up right before you play Miami, and you almost think like he's picking their brain, try to get some kind of an players kind of downplay that all the time when asked, hey, did you help on the game plan? And they say, oh, no, I didn't. You know, they asked me, but, I mean, you don't need it. The coaches know what's going on. They don't need me. You hear that a lot. Gerald McCoy yesterday in the locker room did something that I don't think I've ever heard an NFL player just flat out say in public, okay, about his former team that he left. Mind you, the Bucs plan on retiring his number, all that, which they should. In fact, he should have retired a Buck. You should have found a way to keep him on your roster to kind of finish. It's kind of a shame when those kind of things happen.
Oh, they'll grab him for a day and give him $1.
Right, yeah, the stupid one-day, dumbass one-day contract, the dumbest thing out there. I mean, they do a lot of stupid things in sports. That's one of them right there, the one-day contract. It's so matchup against his former team, And would he be taking part in preparing the Panthers for his former team? This is what he said.
I'm telling everything. I told y'all in my opening press conference I'm loyal to who I'm with. So, I already know what they're going to, try and do to me. But I know how everybody blocks. So I know what everybody over here does well. So I'm kind of helping put together matchup problems. So,
What are they going to try to do to you?
just watch the game.
And you said you told
Watch
us
the
that.
game.
Hey, by the way, I was going to tell you, just that one over there, connect to my hotspot, and you'll load it up right away. That's all. Do that.
It got excited, man. It's almost done.
Oh, it's almost done?
Yeah,
Okay.
you scared it.
Okay. But for the other segments that you're going to upload anyway. So I have never heard a player just go all out and say, yeah, no, I'm prepared. I know how they all block. I know what they all do and their tendencies and all of that. I know how they're going to attack me, but I know how all of them play, which is true. And that's the thing about free agency, because there's so much turnover that secrets get revealed. And then they tell, hey, this guy likes to do this or that during this, and he has a tendency of doing this, and he's weak at this, and he's strong at this, and he's going to – I mean, you never hear players openly say things like that. That tells you how much Gerald McCoy feels about the Bucs. I mean, they've got enough trouble as it is. Bruce Arians has got to try to teach Jameis Winston how to not be a stinking knucklehead out there. I mean, can that guy stop throwing just dumb interceptions and doing stupid things? This is a guy that qualified for Stanford. Did you know that?
No.
Jameis Winston passed the entrance exam at Stanford.
How?
My brother, just because you're book smart doesn't mean you're common sense smart. Harvey Weinstein is probably a really smart guy. I'm only the quarterback. I'm only like one of the more 10 famous people in college football at the moment.
Don't send the rookie freshman.
Right. The walk-on. Send the walk-on,
The
dude.
water boy.
Yeah, come on. Send somebody. You can send one of your chicks to go steal they'll go gladly steal it for you, bro. Think about it. You know what women will do to sleep with Trevor Lawrence at Clemson? They'll steal anything. Go steal what's the name of what's the name of the dude that crashed his Mach or whatever, that the $2 million car? What's his name?
Oh, Tracy Morgan?
Yes, exactly. Trevor Lawrence could tell one of the chicks that is dying to bang him at Clemson, go steal his car. And that $2 million car will be right at his dorm in like hours. Okay? You can get him to do whatever you want. Chris Carter says to always have a fall guy. Come on, man. You're Jameis Winston or you're Trevor Lawrence. You can have 40 fall guys and women.
Yeah, if you're the starting quarterback on
There are so many
campus,
tools out there that
wow.
will take the dive for you. It's crazy. Really is. But, yeah, he passed the entrance exam at Stanford. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. He's actually a really smart guy, book smart. But, when you stand on the table in the cafeteria at FSU and F in the P and F in the P, that's not necessarily common sense. So, that's what it is. So they got enough problems in Tampa trying to teach Jameis Winston not to be a moron. Now they've got this issue too. So interesting. But that's a game that now I'm dying to watch. Okay, and on the other side,
just because of this little caveat that's developed, that's it.
And Norv Turner apparently had Cam play a very conservative type of game this past week where he didn't throw much downfield. He only threw one time and it was inaccurate. So now the writers are writing that he can't throw downfield. And so Cam was all pissed off at the reporters And by the way, what is that haircut he's got going on? But anyway, he was all pissed off at the reporters, like, okay, why don't you go tell the defensive coordinator in Tampa I can't throw more than 20 yards and see how that works for you. You know, so he was pissed. So that game in itself already has all kinds of drama in it, right? So I just want to see what the Panthers do against Tampa. Does it look like Gerald McCoy really helped them? I want to see how Gerald McCoy plays against his former team. And now I want to see Cam Newton try to light some mofo up just to kind of look back up at the press box and say, there you go, that was a 60-yard pass. Boom. You know, that kind of stuff. I want to watch that game just because of all this stuff that went on yesterday.
It makes it interesting.
Yeah.
You know.
Little drama.
I can't believe that why did he say this? If you're going to do it, you don't sit there and tell the reporters, what is he thinking?
No, but that shows you the anger he has. That shows you how pissed he is about getting released and not being. He wants to beat him so badly, he wants to tell them about it. Now, here's the other thing, okay, that I would have to include there with Gerald McCoy. He must feel super confident that he and his team are going to go and beat them up this week. That's the other thing, okay? That's the part of it that's interesting. He must feel that. You know, I got to tell you, you know what's also interesting? Tomorrow night, 0-1 Jets, 0-1 Browns. Whoever goes 0-2, what a crap storm. Speaking of Browns, okay? Wow. Odell Beckham's wearing a watch on the field, 100 and whatever, how much is it? 100 and whatever, I wrote it down, 100 and some $1,000 watch. $189,000 watch, I think it is. It's called a Richard Mille watch, orange RM, 11-03, automatic flyback, chronograph McLaren. That's the watch. $189,000. And the guy was wearing it during a game. NFL says that they I think will fine him, and he says he plans on wearing it again. This is what you're dealing with. See, that's the kind of crap that doesn't go on with Belichick, right? Like Odell Beckham would not even bother to bring the watch in the locker room, much less take it on the field if you have Bill Belichick. Pat Riley is running an organization. You're not going to be wearing a watch. It doesn't have to get to the NFL level, but it shows you this is what they're dealing with. Landry was acting like a complete a-hole after the game. Why are you asking me this? Why are you asking me that? Well, you lost, dude. And then Baker Mayfield's running his mouth. This is what Freddie Kitchens has to handle, and we don't know if he can. And we'll find out if he can or can't. And then Adam Gase is getting killed already because in New York, they're now finding out what we already know about Adam Gase, how phony he is, how he blames everybody else, how he's conniving all the freaking time, and now they're finding that out now. It's freaking awesome. It's awesome.
What are they got? 7 papers in New York, 8 papers. It's like,
easy.
Yeah.
Not only, look, I don't wish injury, but Enunwa gets injured, so he trades for Demaryius Thomas and gives up a 6th-rounder to a divisional foe, by the way. His defensive tackle, Nathan Shepard, the second-year player who played all of his games last year. He was in every game last year as a rookie, suspended now for games. For 6 games for 2 separate violations for performance-enhancing drugs. Okay? I mean, the Jets have their share of issues. And then Manish Mehta's writing an article that Gase wanted Baker Mayfield or the Josh Allen kid over Sam Darnold, the guy he's coaching right now. So I love this, man. And then what else I think they have also on it? I think that's about it right now for the Jets.
You're right. Whoever loses that game, wow.
Oh, what a crap storm. Because the Browns came in with all the hype. And then, they're going to the playoffs and all that.
There was probably more Brown talk than any other team.
So you go 0-2 now, and you got 14 games left. all of a sudden you need to go 10-4 to make the playoffs. It becomes a hell of a challenge for you. The Jets, I never thought were making the playoffs anyway. I didn't, the Browns are the ones that are borderline. But if you have a bad start, forget about it. But tomorrow, oh man, tomorrow's going to be fun. Fun. I mean, listen, I'm going to be rooting for the Browns big time because obviously I'm a Dolphins fan. But also I'm going to be rooting for the Browns because just to watch Adam Gase post-game tomorrow night is must-see TV. Okay? If they lose, how what there's 40 radio channels, 40 internet things going on. And Adam Gase, is short-tempered, short-fused, and that media doesn't care if you're short-fused. They're going to go after you, man. And you're going to get exposed quickly. So this one's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. I mean, it's just
These are the things we have to look forward to over the next 17 weeks.
Well,
right?
it's not so much
you
that
gotta find something, right?
I'm not the guy that is enjoying the Jets' misery to make me feel better for the Dolphins. I'm just the guy that wants to enjoy Adam Gase's misery. It's not about the Dolphins. It's just my own personal enjoyment. I just want to see Adam Gase because I know he's phony, because I know he's full of crap. I figured it out in year 2. Okay? I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I fell for it in year 1, 10-6, all that. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But you guys noticed it in year 2. I kind of smoked him out and said I was done. And in year 3, obviously, I had put the nail in the coffin and wanted his ass out in year 3. But I see what that guy is. Okay? And when I make a mistake, hey, I admit it. I move on and I say, hey, I screwed up. All right? I believed in this guy. I bought into it, but it was fluff. It's not the real deal.
We all did, man.
A
Don't
bunch
feel
of us
alone.
did. Yeah. Well, I
But
would
then
imagine.
again, what we've been.
I'm
to
sure
the
it's in the 90%. I'm sure there were a couple people that did
We
it.
had
Whatever.
gone
It
to
always
the
happens.
playoffs once in the last 15 years, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And
It's once every 8.
We got
2008, 2016. We'll at least we'll do it now before 2024. That's the other thing. If you would have kept the status quo with everybody else that everybody wanted, you were only set to make the playoffs every 8 years, right? So, do you really want to make them? No. Now you'll make it before 2024. I love it. I'm telling you.
Do you remember how?
Don't look at this as a negative.
Do you
man.
remember how we used to look at the Saints?
Yeah.
And the Detroit Lions.
Right.
We are them now.
Right. Oh,
We
yes. Our team has been that for a while.
have.
Definitely. They've been that for a long, long time. No doubt.
And the younger people,
No
when
more.
when you tell them, there was a time when we had the highest winning percentage
In all of pro sports.
All time.
All pro sports.
At
yeah.
one time we were.
They every year they would put that stat out, and they unfortunately had to stop that because they've destroyed everything Shula built. I mean, think about that. It's like Shula built this shrine, like this 400-story building, and then we just came with a wrecking ball and just kept hitting it and knocking it down and just and it just crumbled. And that's it. That's what we've done. Shula's got to sit back and go, damn it, dude. It took me 30 years to build this monster, to build that reputation, to have the winningest franchise in all of pro sports, not just the NFL. We had the winningest franchise in pro sports. And 10 morons after me have just destroyed it. That's just, that guy's got to feel so bad, right? That part of that. Because any of you that have built something and then you watch somebody incompetent take it down, I've actually experienced that. Anyway, so it just when you see that happen, it just I got to feel for Shoes, man.
It rips at your heart.
It
Yeah. Literally rips out your heart.
Because it hurts us as fans, right? Because we had it as fans. We are Dolphins on top of the world basis, highly respected by everybody. When you talk about primetime games, they want to put Marino and company or the Dolphins and Greasy in there. Hell, the stat came out the other night on Monday. Winningest quarterback on Monday night. Who is it? Dan Marino, baby. Why? Because you wanted to put Dan on prime time. Why? Because Dan was going to perform on prime time.
We never lost at the Orange Bowl.
Right. I mean,
we did. If you lost a game the whole season, that
was a miracle.
That was
right.
a lot.
That was a lot. Exactly. So that's all we want back, man. That's all we want back. What Shula built. That's all. I feel bad for Shoes. That gentleman just did so much for us, and then to watch everybody else destroy it is just absolutely unacceptable. Now, going back to the Odell Beckham thing and what is the purpose of wearing the watch? Are you checking the time because the time is all over the stadium? Are you counting your steps like us old fat guys do? Like I count my steps all the time and see how many steps I've done all day. Right now, check my blood pressure or whatever. See my blood pressure, where it's at, my heart rate, all that good stuff. See if it pops up here on my watch. Is that what Odell's doing? Is he counting his steps?
We knew Reggie Roby was checking his hang time.
I'm at 56.
You know?
56 right now is my heart rate.
Reggie had his watch on to check hang time. You know?
Yeah.
That's why he had his on. Is Odell planning on punting?
I don't know.
Is that what he's doing?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just wondering. I mean, I get it if you're old like me and you want to see where your blood pressure's at, you want to see how am I doing, all that, okay. Although I want to get the because obviously when you've had your heart issues like I way better shape than I was, obviously, but you still want to kind of take care of yourself and look out for one with the EKG. Kind of intrigues me to have that on. So does his have an EKG? I'm just wondering what's the purpose of him wearing that? Is he texting somebody while he's on the field? Is he Facebooking? Is he Facebooking live while he's in the huddle?
It's just because he can wear $100,000 watch.
Yeah, but what I love.
He's such a. Oh man.
He is an idiot. Go ahead, you can say it. Okay.
Ass.
Yeah, and here's the best part about it. Okay, his quotes in to the reporters about it and about wearing the watch. It's like, well, if it was a $20 watch, nobody would say anything, and if it was somebody else wearing it, nobody would say anything, which is stupid. He goes, I'm here to play football. I would love for them to talk about football and what I do on the field. If I messed up on the field or if I didn't do well on the field, talk about my extracurricular. That's just it. If anybody else would have worn the watch or if it was a $20 watch, it wouldn't have been a problem. It's a problem. And then he goes, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Well, that's because it's you, asswipe. You're the one going to Miami, and you don't even know how to dress when you're on a boat in Miami. That's the other thing. Those idiots all went to Miami, and they were wearing jeans on a boat. What the hell is that? You're on a boat, bro. You're in South Florida. Let's go. You got a couple of bucks. If you're going to do it right at least. If you're going to look like an idiot and you're going to do the wrong thing, at least look right being an idiot and doing the wrong thing. So that's why you get this, because nobody wears watches while they're on the field, Odell. Hey, you got to call a 9-rod. I don't have enough steps today. I'm only up to 10,000. What the hell's wrong with you, Baker? You keep calling these short routes. Send me deep. I need more steps. Is that what he's doing?
You know, if Cleveland loses, that is going to be an
Yeah.
issue. Him, the sideline,
Yes.
all the stuff
Yes.
he's done in New York. And,
Yes.
And it'll be really fun because he's got a partner in crime now.
Yeah. No, I'm with you all the way. Him and Landry and Baker Mayfield. I think Baker's got a bigger mouth than both those guys.
He has just said some stuff, and it's like
Baker.
You do know you're the quarterback. You do know that you're the face of the franchise. Hello, man. Come on.
Yeah, Baker is. Baker's going to be back in the spotlight for the wrong reasons because it'll happen. And if they lose tomorrow, where is that game? Now that's the only thing I don't know. Look it up for me there. Is that game in Cleveland or is that game in New York? I'm hoping it's in Cleveland. I hope it's in Brown Stadium so they have that advantage. I mean, I'm going to be rooting so much for the Browns because it's going to be so much fun to watch Adam Gase in agony. It's really not so much about the Jets. I know that it's in our DNA to hate the Jets and want them to lose and all that stuff and whatever. Okay. But I got to tell you something. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. If you're a Dolphins fan, that it's more about watching Adam Gase like eat his liver aside. Pulls it out and just starts eating it in the sidelines.
They're in New York.
New York, damn it. Although it might be even more glorious if they lose in New York, actually. All the New York media will be there because some don't travel. But for the home games, they're all there because they all have the budget to be there. So, you know what? I can find a little solace in that too, actually. There's a little sweetness to that one also. If they're able to win. I got to be honest. Personally, I'm going to enjoy watching Adam Gase lose a little more than the Jets losing. Okay? Because in the big picture, I know the Jets aren't going anywhere. I still think they're a joke. They got Adam Gase. Come on. But the guy that's really going to be just beside himself will be Adam Gase.
I'm really
must-see press conference.
Because the hatred for the Jets is many, many years.
Yeah. It's just normal.
Gase has only been in our life for 4 or 5.
Yeah. But I want everybody to know that, yeah, I get it. The Dolphins haven't been doing the right thing for 20 years. But part of doing the wrong thing for 20 years is hiring clowns like that. That's what I want to send, as a message, right? Okay, that's the problem. I'm not going to kid myself. It's kind of like when some Dolphin fans, I remember some of the guys that worked at the station I was at, not this one, the one before. They were, well, Tannenbaum, you got to give him a chance. Now, they did go to the AFC Championship game twice. I'm like, come on. Please, you're really going to pull that on me? Because, there were the people that wanted to buy into the Tannenbaum thing. It's like, no. It was dumb to hire Tannenbaum when you're a Dolphins fan. You should have never been on the bandwagon. That was dumb on your part. If you see what happens over there, that's what's going to happen here. And the same thing for Adam Gase. He's not going to change. And the Jets will learn. Guaranteed that they're going to learn about this in a big-time way. All right. The accidentlawfirm.com text line is 786-322-1105. Call my man Bobby Nunez, and we thank him as a proud sponsor of the program here on the show. Always appreciate Bobby Nunez. And listen, if you got a claim, he is definitely the guy you want to call. And I could give you the number also, 305-444-4407 in Dade, Broward 954-488-3000. So you can call accidentlawfirm.com if you need my man, Bobby Nunez. Good stuff there. Did you see yesterday? And I don't know if it's bad karma because they are bad karma, and I'm talking about the Marlins, but I felt terrible yesterday, Bill, for Christian Yelich. The guy fractures his kneecap against the Marlins, and his season is over. His team is battling for a playoff spot. You obviously need that kid. He's got
43,
He's been
44
carrying
home runs.
Milwaukee. He's been carrying Milwaukee all year, man.
He's a
The
monster.
kid, he is every bit worth the price
Reigning
of admission.
reigning MVP and possible back-to-back
yes,
MVP.
yes.
Now he may lose that back-to-back MVP now because of the final weeks, and so somebody may end up bumping him slightly for it. But he still, at the end of the year, still should be right there in the middle of that race.
There was a lot of them that were saying it doesn't matter.
I'm still
what
voting
he's
for.
done.
Good. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
There's a lot
I'm glad.
of them that were saying that last night.
I'm glad. I'm glad that they should do that because the track record's there almost. It's not like he went out in June, okay, or May or something. We're midway through September.
Considering yesterday's the 10th, the last day of the season's the 29th. We're 19 days out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, man. Let's give the guy a break here with all of this. But I felt terrible. And it's like, damn, just everything negative around the Marlins. It's just they are a bad luck schlep rock. The wowsy, woo, woo. You know, I just lost like 95% of you on that one. Okay? So for you kiddies out there, go look up bad luck schlep rock. Okay? And then you can just use that for your buddy that shows up at the bar late and your team was winning, and then they start turn him and say, dude, you're bad luck schlep rock. And it's like it's one of those terms that's completely, I mean, so outdated, it's not even funny. But you'll trip somebody out with that. I like that Heat jersey because you can Velcro any number and name on it nowadays. That is a cool Heat jersey, dude. That's genius. That's pure genius, bro. I love that. Okay? Some guy just came out. He was walking out with a Heat jersey, and that's what I said for years, that's how Marlins jerseys should be sold. It should just have the Marlins logo, and then in the back, just spots with Velcro. And then that way, whatever player you want that year and their number, you just Velcro it on for that year. You know they're not going to be there that long. And if they're there like the other, like if you bought Reyes's and then they traded him 2 months later like they did, you rip it off and then you put on a new one. And you just say there. And you put on Christian Yelich. And then when they trade Christian Yelich, then you can there you go. And then your friends will send you to the minor leagues. Nothing wrong with that. They'll move you to Albuquerque. Tell you get out of here. Leave us alone. But no, seriously. Marlins jerseys should be sold in Velcro. I think it makes a lot of sense.
It's very practical. Okay? It is practical.
It saves you a lot of money.
I was going to say.
I mean, in the long run, all you got to do is go buy the letters and the name. Think about that. So what do they charge you? $10, $15 for the letters and the name instead of $150, $200 for a jersey? A jersey with Velcro, and that's it. And you can have fun with it. And see, the thing is, you keep some of them down the line, and then you have them. They become instant throwbacks. Like one day you show up to the park with the Lewis Brinson, and then you take it off, and then you come up with Colangelo. And that's it. And like, wow, you have a Colangelo jersey? Yeah, dude, I got the Velcro for that. Pull out a Levon one day. You know, that's the way it is. You say, I love you, Miami. It's a beautiful thing. Velcro is the way to go. Okay, Marlins? And I tell you something. I'm going to talk to Caneswear. That would actually be a huge hit. I think it would be a hit. I think if you sold a Marlins jersey with Velcro, I think people would buy it because it would be convenient and you would never get screwed with the jersey. I'm just saying. I mean, really, can you argue? Makes a lot of sense.
You know, when a guy leaves the team, the jersey prices drop.
Yeah, but then you're buying a jersey that you can't do anything with it. If you had Velcro, you can retire the name. Just retire the name. Boom. They might trade for another Hernandez down the line. There's lots of Hernandezes.
There's lots of Diaz's. And then you could just change the number. You already have it. You know? Dude, they acquired a Reyes. Yeah, I have my old Reyes. I can use it again. Yeah. You know, that's the kind of thing. It's beautiful. I'm on to something. I'm telling you. I'm on to something here. The Jets play on Monday night. Oh, it's Monday. It's not Thursday? It's not tomorrow? Oh, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. No, not Tommy. Tommy is the next text that's coming in. This one didn't say. You guys can put your names sometimes if you want in the text, so I can give you a little love when you do send in the text. Big O, the game is Monday night in New York City. Tommy Boy. There you go. Tommy Boy is also chiming in with the game. Thank you. You guys are awesome, man. And you've taken quickly to the text line and reaching out, and you're listening to the podcast at 8 o'clock at night, at 4 o'clock in the morning, at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you're sending me texts at all. And as you can see, I do answer the text, by the way, so I do communicate. Oh, so I thought it was tomorrow. What is tomorrow night's game? Tell me what tomorrow night's game is then. What did I get it confused with? Why did I think they were Thursday? That's even better that it's Monday night.
It is Monday night?
That's what they're telling me, that it's Monday night. I screwed up. It's not Thursday. So what is tomorrow? What game do we have tomorrow? Supposedly we're going to have aren't we supposed to have like really good Thursday night games nowadays? Oh, wait a minute. I think it's the Carolina-Tampa game is Thursday. Yes, I am right. There you go. I was right now. Wrong initially. Now that I remember that I was thinking about the Gerald McCoy thing, now it's registering that they were talking about the Thursday game. So it's tomorrow because they needed to bounce back.
You're previewing tomorrow night's game and you don't even know.
I didn't even know. And again, I want to watch that game too. It doesn't have the same consequences as the Monday night game. Okay? That is true. Thank you for correcting me on that. That is a beautiful thing. Shows the interaction. Shows people are listening. I love it. I love it. It's fantastic. And I need the help too because I'm going to screw up plenty of times. All right, listen. We got to wrap up here. The second portion of the podcast broadcast out here at the Sports Grill. Make sure you visit Carlos and Frankie out here at Sports Grill, and they do a fantastic job. I live close by. I order the special grilled wings all the time. They have also what's it called? A vegetarian base like diet, like away from meat, like the Impossible stuff. All that, they've got that here too. So make sure you take advantage of that if you're watching your weight like I am. So plenty of options out here at Sports Grill. They got 7 great locations. Of course, Eric Haas creating Sports Grill. So we thank them for, as always, being proud sponsors of our program for many years now. And we thank everybody that has supported our show and downloaded it. Make sure you can watch it on YouTube, on Periscope, on Twitter. We promise you that. And we're going to add some other features also to the podcast broadcast. Looking forward to it also. And what's called, on behalf of all of our sponsors, as always, taking care of us. Bill, exceptional work, getting it done as always here. And listen, thank you for downloading. Follow us at Big O Radio Show on Instagram. Search for the podcast, Big O Radio Show, on most platforms. Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud, iTunes, Big O Radio Show. Subscribe and follow. We'll be dropping podcasts all the time, breaking news, all kinds of great stuff. We'll give you a heads up